Good afternoon. So we got the Wednesday Hump Day rant day today for me. And if you've seen anything in the House of Commons today, uh, they were going at each other. PP needs to quit blowing smoke up people's arses, okay? And just call it for what it is. You got a sitting prime minister and the head of the NDP party, Jagmeet Singh, that made fun and called names of Donald Trump not very long ago, calling him a racist, a Nazi, a rapist, you name it. Okay, Donald Trump don't want to deal with Justin Trudeau, and he's not going to deal with Singh. So they're clamping down on the border, and they're clamping down on the drug trade. Canada really don't contribute that much to the U.S. drug trade. It's the other way around. Everything comes from the States into Canada. Okay, you see, I think 20 kilograms of fentanyl were smuggled through Canadian borders into the U.S. compared to Mexico, where it was 9,000 kilograms. That's a big difference, right? So I don't think 1 gram of fentanyl should be smuggled through any border, and one illegal alien is one too many. But this is the excuse Donald Trump's making, okay, to clamp down on the border and get things right. I think Donald Trump just wants Justin Trudeau gone. He wants him out of office. He can't stand him. We know what Donald Trump feels, how he feels about Justin Trudeau. He's said it. Tucker Carlson said it. A lot of Elon Musk has said it. What's his name? Mr. Wonderful has said it, okay? We're dealing with a bunch of buffoons that are running the country, and enough's enough. You know, these guys are going to go in as the trade team Canada. We're going to trade. We're going to have. They don't want to go to war with America on trade, that's for sure. But they're talking pretty tough talk, and it's sickening what we're seeing. Hey, Paul. Hey, Jason. You know, and then he comes out with the we'll call it the arrive bribe. That's what we'll call this one, this scam, the arrive bribe, with a $250 GST tax if you make under $150,000 a year. Give me a break. For $250, you can stick it in your arse. Okay, everybody needs money in this country, anyways. But for $250, okay, and when he's gonna quadruple the carbon tax a month later afterwards and say, oh, see, I tell you, I gave you guys a tax relief. I don't want it. Take the money, and you know what I'm going to do with the $250? I'm going to donate it to the mission. Well, not to the mission. I'm going to donate it to another cause. Mission gets a lot of money in my town, and they don't do the right things with the money. It's a multi-million-dollar business, sort of like the Red Cross. They don't do the right thing with the money. A lot of it goes into administration fees. So if you give your $250 rebate check to, let's say, the mission, you can bet your bottom dollar $200 of it will be in administration costs. $50 of that $250 we'll see where it really has to go to the poor, right? So be careful what you do with it. Put it in the right place. I'm going to give it away to charity. That's what I'm going to do. Somebody less fortunate. I'm a Windsor icon. Yeah. Well, here's something funny for you. I'm kicked off of Facebook. I can still make comments on Facebook, but I can't do lives. I'm restricted to doing any lives, any advertising, any of that crap, right? Till Christmas, December 25th. Because I posted something, I think the post was a funny post. I said, who would pay $5,000 to see an anorexic dog on stage? You guys know what I was referring to. Swift, okay? And the Swifties came out, man. I got banned from Facebook. Imagine that. I got over 10,000 followers over there just for saying that, right? So, got to watch what you say. Don't mess with those Swifties, man. Don't mess with those Swifties. They're dangerous people. So times are changing anyways. They're going to change. People are saying, oh, I see an election. I don't care at this point. 10 more months. Let them hang. 80% of the Liberals and the NDP are getting voted out anyways. Maybe even more than that. Somebody may not even have party status. Hopefully they both don't have party status. Now that would be rocking when 80% of the people are voting Conservative, right? So people are just desperate, and they at all costs they want to get rid of Justin Trudeau any way that they can in the next election, right? So, but desperation comes, and the election will come eventually. The general election's next October, so 10 months. The elections in Nova Scotia came out pretty good. Tim Houston won a majority again, his second term, and I don't mind that Tim Houston guy. Really, I don't. He's a progressive conservative. So that's how that went in Nova Scotia. So kudos to Nova Scotia. As I see today in the House of Commons, Eric Kreismick, or whatever his name is, for Windsor East, he's in the background clapping like a seal for everything Justin Trudeau says. Well, Mr. Eric, when you get voted out, there's a rumor that you're supposed to be running for the mayor of Windsor, Ontario, but there's going to be people like me. They're going to let people know who you are and where you came from. And that's the Liberal Party of Canada, and you have a lot to do with what's going on. And you can sit there and brag about all the billions of dollars you brought for an EV plant. No, that was our money, taxpayers' money, by the way. And you can sit there and brag about your dental plan, how it's helped out 1 million people in Canada. That's not free, by the way. Okay, and he coughs off like it's free dental. It ain't free. We pay for that, folks. So, Mr. Eric Kreisbeck, or whatever your name is, okay, your days in office are through. You're not even getting a job at the city of Windsor. You got ambitions here to run for mayor if things don't work out for you in the next election, which we know they're not going to work out for you. But I'm going to be there with a lot of friends to block you. You won't even get a job as running a hot dog stand in Windsor, Ontario. So that's the way it's going to be for you. You're a sellout. You sold out your own people, and we're done. We're done. So how do you tell them, Leo? I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell everybody the way that it is. RV's got his own show going on, Canada RV, with an exclamation mark. It just popped up on my notifications. He's got a live show. I go on his live show now. I like RV, and he's actually pretty calm on his live show. He's not showing off his butt cheeks like he's done on other shows. So now he's got his own show, and it's a pretty respectable show. I like it. But times are changing, guys. Just honker down this 25% tariff crap. I told my son today, apply at the border services. He says, why, Dad? I said, well, because they're going to be hiring a lot of border security. Okay, and that's the only way we're going to get away from this 25% tariff. Clamp down on the border, get the hard drugs off the street, and the shit crossing the border, okay, because it's out of hand. It is, really, on both sides of the border. We could blame the U.S., too, when you had Mayor Adams from New York City that were escorting bus loads of illegals to where? To Roxham Road, the Quebec border crossing, and they were paying them, okay, to cross into Canada. So if that's not illegal, that's more or less, that's human smuggling, period. Okay, and he's part of it. You got illegals, and now you're displacing them into another country. That's human smuggling. That's trafficking. Okay, and so we could sit there and blame New York and everything else, but a lot of the problems are coming from the States, and they're coming into Canada. So we got to clamp down on our shit too, just as much. Yeah, it's time to clean up the streets. You know what? I was talking about it last night, and you're 100% right, Paul. It's out of hand. When you got no-go zones in Canadian cities, because the crime's so rampant, it's a no-go zone. And Toronto has many no-go zones. I don't know if Jane and Finch is still one of those no-go zones, but Regent Park, there's a bunch of them in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. The subway in Montreal is a no-go for a lot of people. It's out of hand. Really, it is. And the safe injection, safe drugs, and everything else that the Liberal government, we're going to make things safe. Things aren't safe. They're not safe at all. They failed. They failed miserably. They failed on everything that they've done: the housing, the financial, the inflation, the drug problem. Okay, the liberals have failed everything that they've done. So if I were them, I would step down and try and save as many asses as you can, because the less seats you have, you may not even have party status. So they should call for an election, and let's see where we stand. Right? So I got to get to work. Some people have to work for a living, and I'm one of those people. Fortunately, I'm still working. Nice shirt, though. Hey, look at that. Made out of hemp, Compassion House. I've had this since 2018, and it's strong, it's tough, and durable. You can't find this shit anymore. You can't. But I have it. Yeah, this is a great hoodie. 100% hemp. And you ain't ripping this off my back. That's a fact, Jack. You could tow a car to it probably and drag me down the street that way, but it's not coming off my back. So you got 3 more hours. Well, my shift starts right now in 1 minute. I got to go punch in really fast, and we'll leave it at that. And I'll come back on lives and chat with you guys anyways. Thanks for watching.